welcome to a food demonstration for World Menopause Week. I'm Bev Rella, and I'm going to be leading you through 3 recipes that I believe are mood enhancing, hormone balancing, and great for your digestion. And they're yummy as well. Thanks to Laura and Mindy at Cool Revolution for sponsoring the series of conversations we're having for World Menopause Day. And I'm just thrilled to be involved with them. I am wearing my Cool Revolution shirt that I wore to bed last night because we're not gathering together. I'm all alone with my friend Maddie here in my kitchen, so you don't need to smell me. But I am happy to show you that you can wear your Cool Revolution t-shirt anywhere, especially to a food demonstration. Thank you to Mindy and Laura again for including me. My name is Bev Rella. I'm a nutrition therapist, and I work primarily with women with digestive issues. And I find that women, as we grow older, our hormones are out of whack, as we all know, but our digestion really needs attention as well. So I love to work with women with the intersection of hormonal issues and digestion to make sure that we're living the second half of life in the best way possible. So we're going to be doing 3 recipes. As I said, we're going to start off with a collagen chocolate smoothie. We'll move on to granola bites, and we'll finish with a mocktail. So we'll get started here in a second, but if you'd like these recipes, I'd love for you to join my email list, and I can be reached at my company name, which is Bar Wellness, B-A-R, Beverly Ann Rella, wellness.net, not .com. You can sign up for my email list, and I'd be happy to send you these 3 recipes. You may also email me directly at barwellness@comcast.net. So let's get started. We're going to start with our collagen chocolate smoothie, and I am going to begin with what is called for unsweetened almond milk. I have coconut milk. You can certainly substitute those. I'm trying to take this off my left hand. We're making 2, so we're going to add 3 cups of the coconut milk, or almond milk, or oat milk, or flaxseed milk, or whatever milk you like. We've got romaine lettuce. This isn't romaine, these are field greens. But I wanted to show you, number 1, how important it is to add greens to your smoothies. Because especially if you're not getting enough greens, which are high in magnesium and calcium, this is a great way to get greens into your diet. What I did is I bought these greens from my farmer on September 23rd, and we're taping in early October. What I did was I wrapped the greens in a slightly damp paper towel and rolled them up in this bag. And as you can see, a couple weeks later, they still look great. So that is a perfect hack for folks who, like, I buy the greens, I don't use them in time. You can really preserve them 2, sometimes 3 weeks with this method. So we didn't have romaine, but we've got something close. This is a mild green, and it won't taste heavy like a kale or maybe even a spinach would. You can certainly substitute those greens in the smoothie. We're just going to take a couple handfuls. Usually my recipe is 2 cups greens to 1 cup fruit. Our fruit is bananas, frozen bananas, and a cup of strawberries. And as you know, berries are excellent. They're antioxidants. The bananas will give us kind of a smooth effect. Those were frozen, but they're starting to unfreeze, so they look a little mushy. We also have cauliflower here. And I love that cauliflower is part of this recipe because cruciferous vegetables have something called indole-free carbanols. And those are properties that help remove the bad estrogen from your system and promote the pathways of good estrogen. So especially again, as we grow older, we want estrogen to be metabolized properly, and we also want to get rid of it. So love the fact that we're adding a cruciferous vegetable to our mix. And again, I'm doubling this recipe, so both Maddie and I, Maddie is my camera person, hi Maddie, we can both have a chocolate smoothie. What are we missing? Almond butter. This will give it a sweet taste and give us a little bit of protein. And it's a little hard to get out. I think we have it. Chia seeds. Okay, we've got a couple of tablespoons of chia seeds. Great for omega-3 fatty acids, and those are important all our lives, but especially as we age. Omega-3s are important to have in your diet because a lot of us are not getting enough of them. The importance is the balance of omega-3s and what we call omega-6s that in a standard diet we get plenty of. So we want to up the omega-3s to make sure they're in balance with our omega-6s. That's a lot of information, but just know omega-3s, chia seeds, really good. And the chia seeds and flax seeds that we'll talk about a little bit later have a really calming effect in your stomach as well. Our last in our chocolate, our most important part, this is cacao powder, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I don't know if you can see this, Maddie, on the camera, but this is organic cacao powder. And this is unprocessed, natural cacao powder with all the wonderful nutrients that we want. So we want our smoothie to be healthy. This contains chocolate, which is mood enhancing. That's why we eat it when we're needing that kind of calming effect. It's also full of magnesium. In fact, this label says it's got more magnesium than 1 serving of spinach. Still want you to eat your grains instead of cacao, but this is a great benefit of cacao. Magnesium settles our muscles. You know, it works with calcium to build muscle, but it also relaxes our muscles. So it's great to have a little bit of magnesium even before bed to kind of calm you into a sleep routine. That natural cacao powder is not this baking cocoa. So just make sure you're buying this versus this when you go to the store to make this recipe. This is a processed. It's essentially the same thing, but it is processed, so that's what we don't want. So we'll add our cacao powder, and I think that's it. So ready to turn on the Vitamix. And now we'll add the collagen. Collagen powder is wonderful. It's a great protein to add to any protein shake. I have this brand, Great Lakes Collagen, which is wonderful. They add amino acids to their formula, which helps you build collagen. And again, as we grow older, we're losing collagen. So it's important to kind of help build that collagen back up and to at least stem the loss of collagen as we age. So I'm going to add collagen powder. I'm going to mix it again. That is the collagen chocolate smoothie. We're going to pause the tape right now, taste it, let you know how it tastes, and we'll be back in just a second. Hi, we're back, and perhaps there was a commercial in there for Cool Revolution t-shirts or something, but Maddie and I drank our smoothies. We like them, maybe a little bit more banana if you like a little bit more sweetness or a little less cacao. As you know, cacao is bitter, so it's not the super sweetest smoothie you'll ever drink, but it's still very delicious, and we've been enjoying them here for breakfast. But now we're on to our next recipe, which are the dark chocolate granola bites. So I made these last night. The recipe calls for a mini muffin tin. I didn't have one. So I baked these at 350 for about 17 minutes. I think they're slightly overdone, so somewhere between the 13 and 15 minutes might be your best bet. Now we're going to do them in a slightly different way, same ingredients, just a different application. What I did while we were gone is I melted sunflower seed butter, so it's a little more spreadable and will incorporate with the ingredients better. We're going to add a half a cup of maple syrup. You can also add honey. Just stick to the natural sugars. And we'll mix this up. Make sure it incorporates well. Again, for the sunflower seed butter, you could substitute almond butter. You could substitute any type of butter, and the recipe also says you can substitute tahini, which would be interesting. I don't know if I would love that, but I would give that a shot. As you can see, it incorporates nicely once the butter is melted. So now we're going to add a cup of oats. Oats are a demucilant, which I may not have pronounced correctly, but they're soothing to the mucous membranes, especially in your digestive tract. So again, great for those of us who have digestive issues to incorporate oats more into your diet. We're mixing those up. We've got unsweetened coconut. We have dark chocolate. Again, our soothing, happy, mood-enhancing magnesium dark chocolate. Raisins, which are obviously dried grapes, but grapes are wonderful not antioxidants. They have polyphenols, especially I'm not going to pronounce that, resveratrol, which is an important nutrient. So raisins are great for that. We have cinnamon, which is one of the power herbs. Like turmeric, it pretty much does everything. It stabilizes your blood sugar, helps you become more sensitive to insulin. It's an antioxidant. It's just kind of one of those wonder herbs. So we're adding about a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we also have whole flax seeds. Another important omega-3, as we talked about during the smoothie demonstration, to give you more omega-3s versus your omega-6. The recipe calls for whole flax seeds, and when I tasted these last night, you'll notice that they kind of stick to your teeth. So if you don't want that effect, I would definitely grind them in an old coffee grinder. I wouldn't use a quarter cup in that case. If you grind them, maybe even half of that will produce the same effect. For flax seeds, it's important to buy them, keep them refrigerated because they will go rancid eventually, and just grind them before you need them. But again, we're going to add the whole flax seed to this recipe. And again, our chia seeds, we're going to add some of those as well, so we've got double the omega-3 effect here. And that's it. So we are going to mix these babies up. As you can see, it takes a little manpower. bake these at 350 degrees for 13 to 15 minutes and have something like that that's wonderful to eat on the go. But the great part is we can also, when I get these mixed up to my liking, what I'm going to do is just grab some and roll them into a ball. So I think I'm going to prefer to eat them this way, where you can roll them into a ball of your size, freeze the balls, and then take them out when you need them. So these are great to take with you when you're on the go. Maybe you're going to a sporting event, watching Little League Baseball, football, or just running errands. To pop a couple of these in your purse, take them with you. When you start to kind of get that decline in blood sugar and kind of feel like you need a little snack, this is going to be a really healthy and wonderful way to go. Great for balancing the hormones, great for your digestion, and we will see you in just a second to talk about the berry mocktail. Hi, we're back, and while we were gone, Maddie and I rolled the bites, and I think I like them better this way. They're extremely tasty. We enjoyed a few while we were gone, and we'll just freeze these and move them to the refrigerator when you want them. So that worked out really well. They're similar to a recipe I made a couple of years ago for my dad at Christmas. So Dad, if you're watching this, these are just as delicious, and I will make them for you the next time I see you. But Saturday morning is not complete without a mocktail, so we're now going to pretend it's Saturday evening and make ourselves a berry margarita. We have already gone really festive and rimmed this glass with coconut sugar. This is the only processed sugar we'll be using in this recipe. So that's so easy to do if you've never done it. You just take one of these groovy limes and spray the rim of the glass, and then voila. So one for me and one for Maddie when we're done. Oh, and I can't, my lime is sliding. Get down there, lime. I've ruined it. Maddie did a much better job. But needless to say, mine's not going to be as pretty as Maddie's, but we'll get going. Add the berries. So we've got blueberries today, and you can use any berries you'd like. These are frozen organic blueberries. You know, you've heard about blueberries before. They're one of the superfoods, powerful antioxidants, have a ingredient I'm not going to try to pronounce since I seem to not pronounce things well this morning. I'm going to say demulcent and resveratrol. There you go. But these do not have either of those. They have incredible antioxidants. We're going to add those. And that's a couple cups of blueberries. I've got 10 ice cubes. So I don't think you need to count them out, but if you'd like, if you're one of those people. And here's our natural sugar. It's maple syrup. So we've got 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. Again, you can use honey. What other sugars can you use? Something just really natural, not processed. I'm going to lean over and grab a spoon and add that. Give it a little bit of sweetness. And then our last ingredient is soda water. Since I'm married to an Italian American, we have Pellegrino in the refrigerator constantly, so it calls for a pint. We're just going to add some. We're not too worried about being exact here. And we're going to blend this up, see what happens. I think it needs more, so we're going to add a little bit more. Always best to add, so you don't Don't add too much. You can tell we didn't rehearse this one. So I'm going to get my trusty Vitamix plunger, and we'll try it this way. We want them slushy, but not too slushy. And obviously it took us a couple of tries with adding liquid. So we'll put this in the pretty cup, and I'm going to taste it for you guys. Oops, there we go. The reason I added this to the recipe is that as we age, we don't process alcohol as well. So my thought in adding this recipe to our demonstration is so that, you know, if you are a drinker, and I am a drinker, so I'm not going to lie about that, try to add some non-alcoholic days to your repertoire, just to reduce the amount of alcohol that your system is producing. Alcohol takes first place in the liver, so that a lot of the other toxins and materials that your liver needs to process are not getting that attention when you're drinking alcohol. I also have friends say that they're not sleeping as well when they drink alcohol, and there is a connection between the amount of alcohol that you drink and your sleep patterns, and it's important to get sleep all the time. So if you are a drinker, this is a great opportunity to maybe change things up a bit. If you're not a drinker, this is just another great idea for a festive drink. And it looks pretty. Obviously, I think many of you are probably thinking you can add some alcohol to this if you'd like, but it gives you that opportunity to be social with friends and drink something a little bit different, and it's also very healthy for you. And it's really tasty. It's not super sweet like the daiquiris of old, but it's got a nice flavor. So that's it. That is the demonstration. Again, thank you to Cool Revolution for allowing me the opportunity to share these recipes with you. I hope that you'll reach out to me either at barwellness.net or to my email, barwellness@comcast.net, and have a wonderful menopause day. Thanks to all of you.